Hi everybody, this is Bonnie and I'm coming to you today with this pop-up card that I saw over on Maymay's Made It, and I just thought I would share to you how I made it. I posted some pictures on my Facebook page and everybody seemed to like them, and I said I would do a quick video. I'm showing you what my card looked like that I had over there. And these little pandas that you see here, you can get them free right now through Celebration. For every $50 that you order from Stampin' Up, you can get them for free. In the description box below, I will have a hostess code and a link to where you can get them. Here I am getting ready to score. I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I'm going to score at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. And we're going to score that. Don't worry about getting all the measurements written down. I will have all the information in the description box below. Now I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. Then we're going to fold the papers in half and right at the middle line, we're going to score them and give them a good crisp score line. And we're only going to do this on one, score them in the middle, and then the other one we're going to score in the middle. And then we're going to cut out the little circles. I'm using a scallop oval framelit, and I'm trying to keep it towards the top. And I'm explaining here to you that we're going to be cutting out some of these little slits to go in the middle. And you don't really want them to see through the window, so you want to keep the framelit more towards the top, and that's what I'm explaining to you here. So I'm going to go and cut this out with the Big Shot. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold the cards, or the other score lines. We're going to fold them in, and then I'm just going to check it all out and make sure it sits up right and goes together right. While I'm doing this, I want to let you know that I'm going to be on Facebook Live tonight today at 3 o'clock, and we're going to make some cards, and I've got some special offers for you there. Here I'm going to put some Designer Series paper down. This is a Birthday Memories paper pack, and we are going to, right now you can get this as a bundle. You can get the birthday paper, you can get the framelits, and you can get the stamp set. And I'm hearing this down. I'll show you here in a few minutes that my paper is not the full length of the card, and I explained that to you. But it's just some scrap. I wasn't worried about it because I'm going to have the stuff on the bottom and you're not going to be able to see it. But you may want to go all the way down to the bottom of the paper. Here I'm getting ready to glue the two pieces together, and I'm going to use some Tombow adhesive glue. I like to use the Tombow adhesive. It gives you a little wiggle room and play time with the card, and it really adheres and holds it well, being that this is going to open and shut a lot. Now this first one, I do struggle a little bit getting it lined up, but the next one lines up pretty quickly. So I do have another little offer over at today that I'll have. We're going to make some cards, and I'm going to have a giveaway over there at Facebook, so make sure you come and check me out. This is my first voiceover, so I hope it's going well. I should let you know that all these little characters, I either hand cut them out or I use the dies. I will try to let you know which ones I use dies as we go. As you could see here, this one went on much better than the first one. I did not struggle. It lined up quite nicely. And then I'm just checking it out, making sure that it all folds good and opens and shuts and everything nicely. And now I'm taking these little strips. This is a piece of paper that is 3 3/4 by 3 inches. And I end up on the 3/4 sides, I end up scoring a 1/2 inch on both sides. And then you're going to cut them down into 3 3/4 inch strips. You're going to, I have 4 here, but I end up only using 3. And then the last one, I only use 3 also. Here I'm adding a little bit of score tape on the end. It's tear tape actually. I'm adding it on to each end of the little flaps that we scored with all the characters and opening and shutting there. I wanted a very good adhesive, so I'm going to be using this there. I had a lot of fun making these cards. They're really cute, and it's not a really long process, and it's not as hard as it looks once you get making them. I'll show you a couple that I've made in the end. Mm. So now here I'm making sure that I have my top in the, to putting these in the right position. I want them on there the right way. From my cupcakes are going up and down, so I know this, and I want the vocal point to be right there. And so I'm looking at it to make sure that I put these in the right way. And so I'm just kind of testing it to make sure, because I don't want to put them in the wrong way. So this is what I'm doing here. This is where I want them. So I'm going to flip one over. I'm flipping it over, and I'm lining it up, and I'm going to start removing the adhesives and setting them down. Sorry, I was off camera there. So I try to show you the next one a little better. I zoomed in a little bit, and it kind of made you go off camera. So here I am adding, I try to add one side, I peel both stickers, and then I add one side and I lightly put the other one down so that when I fold it, it ends up kind of positioning it where it wants to. I ended up only using 3 here. I don't know if I already said that, rather than 4. And I try not to push too hard so that I can move them around a little bit and get them where I want them. And if they were too tall for the opening or anything and it happened to show through, just cut it down a little bit and then put them in there. So so that they fit for how you want it. Here I'm flipping this one around because I wanted it in there a little differently. I didn't want it so close to the front. I wanted it more towards the back. And if you don't push this adhesive, if you don't push them tightly, they give you a little wiggle room. So that's why I was able to move that. Here I'm getting ready to put down the front paper. On the front I've chosen a polka dotted paper, but later on you will see that I forgot to add the ribbon. There is a ribbon that I wanted on there and I forgot to add the ribbon, but I end up making it work. Now this little flag and the little fox here, they do have dies to cut them out. So that was to cut out. I'm stamping on the little flag, hip hip hooray. And so that I'm stamping on there. And then I decided why I had all the stamps and stuff out, I will go ahead and finish my other stamping. So I'm using the black ink again. It's Memento black ink. And I am stamping on the real red cardstock. I'm only just stamping on one of them. You will need 2 real red cardstocks that are 2.5 by 4 inches. Then I'm taking real red ink, and I'm going to stamp this on a piece of Whisper White that is going to go on the back of the card, which is where you would sign. Here I realized that I had red ink on my hand, and so I had to flip it over. And then I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday down. And this is where I realized that I wanted to add this gray ribbon, and I forgot to put it on there because I would have liked it just tucked under and taped on the back side, but I didn't do that. So I end up just putting some adhesive on the whole thing, put it down, and cut the ends. I would have liked it tucked underneath, but that didn't happen. And then I'm trying to figure out how I want my fox and my banner to go on the front of my card. And I decided that I wanted to pop up my fox, and then I am going to um, leave the banner flat. And so here I'm just adding some Stampin' Dimensionals to give them the pop. And then I'm going to add the banner right there on the top. And now it's time to work on the inside. So I'm going to put the one real red piece on the right side of the one, and I'm going to add a cupcake or cake to that. And that cake also has a die, so you can cut out the, and these were all from the paper I cut out, but they have stamps and you can cut out too. And on the other side, I did not add anything to that, no stamping or nothing, and I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to add this little bear, and I put a present in his hand. I cut the balloons off in the pattern because it would have stuck out over top of the paper, and I didn't want that. So I just put a little slit in his arm and made him look like he was holding the present. And I did have to hand cut him out. He was not, there's not a die for him, but it didn't take very long. And here I'm adding the cake on the other side. And now I'm getting ready to add all the different characters. I'm kind of looking them over, deciding which ones I want to put down first and kind of where I want them to go. I decided to put down the little raccoon, and I'm going to put him in the back. But I'm going to pop him out, so I'm using the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to add about 3 of them on there. And then I'm adding him down. At first I thought he should have been a little higher, but after I got looking at the card, I really liked it in the end. And then I'm adding the little bunny rabbit that I cut out also. And he had a big, huge cake in his hand, but I already had a cake, so I didn't want another one. So I put a present on there. And what I was showing you is I used the dimensional at the top to hold the cake in the bunny's hand. So I didn't remove the Stampin' Dimensional sticker from it. And here I want the turtle to be in the back by the rabbit, and I'm showing you this here, right here. I wanted it on the same piece as the rabbit behind him, so that's why I put the dimensionals on the front of the turtle. And the turtle also had to be hand cutted out. And then I did the little squirrel, and I cut that out it does not take very long. I'm really, the shapes are not that intricate. So I think nobody would have any time. Here I'm getting ready to add the backing to the back where you would write on the back side of the card. I didn't get a very good end shot of this, but I will try to add some pictures into it. And then here I'm just showing you the panda one again, and then I'm going to show you the Valentine's one that I made and how I did it a little different. I saved those circles and used them on the card that you cut out, and then when you open it up, I have vellum in there instead of using, you know, the paper to make things pop up. I put vellum in there and I stamped them with some very light pink Pirouette with a heart. And then I'm going to take a tea light candle, a battery operated one, and I'm putting it inside. Here I'm going to try to figure out how to show you the best way. And I end up tipping it and showing you how it would look. And so you could see the little hearts in there. But that's it, everybody. And I thank you for stopping by and I thank you for your support. And I hope you will stop over and see me on Facebook Live at 3 o'clock and come and check it out and check out the giveaway. And I hope that you like my Bonnie's Creative Place is what it's called over there. And I hope you'll like and share and subscribe. So thanks for stopping by and enjoying this. And let me know how the voiceover went. It's my very first time. Bye-bye.